Your mornings typically look like this or like this, then you probably hate mornings, just like 80% of the population. But the reason why morning routines have never worked for you, have never stuck with you, you're trying to copy someone else's routine. Maybe it was a celebrity or an influencer you saw, and it's just too complicated. It doesn't fit your lifestyle or your needs, and it doesn't leave you feeling fulfilled. The first step to exiting your lazy era is to start your day off on the right foot, but you can't do that if you're just scrolling through TikTok first thing in the morning, filling your head with garbage and distractions that's going to deplete your focus for the rest of the day. Now, I've been a master of morning routines for quite a while now. You guys probably know me as a girl that wakes up at 5 a.m. like a crazy person, but you don't have to wake up early to be productive. There are plenty of successful people out there that don't wake up early, and they actually hate waking up early. So after a lot of trial and error and trying out a lot of different routines, I've mastered the science down to a T. So I'm gonna share with you my simple steps for creating the perfect morning routine that will make you the most productive, most motivated, most driven version of yourself. And spoiler alert, it doesn't require waking up at 5 a.m. The first step to not absolutely hating your mornings is to actually get into a schedule. I feel like the word schedule is so academic or corporate. Like as soon as you hear the word schedule, you automatically think of school or structure or it being like really strict. But all a schedule is it's just a structure for how you plan your day. A big reason why you probably hate your mornings is because you have this huge sense of guilt when you sleep until noon and then it feels like you've wasted the entire day. So then you just end up scrolling on your phone because it's like, well, what's the point now? I basically just spent all my time in bed. And then it's this negative feedback loop that goes on and on and on and repeats itself every single day. But if you intentionally wake up at a certain time, you won't feel guilty because that was the time that you planned to wake up anyway. And because there's no guilt associated with waking up, you'll feel more productive and ready to start your day. Intentionally waking up at a specific time sets the tone for the rest of the day that everything else will be intentional. Now, like I said, the exact time that you actually wake up is unique to you. I can't tell you what that number is. For me, it's 5 because I need that much time in order to get everything done. But for you, it might be different. Whatever that time is should be realistic and achievable that you could do it every single day. But don't underestimate yourself either. If waking up at 6 or 7 sounds hard to do, I'd challenge yourself and see if you could stick with it for a week. You'd actually be surprised at how capable you are of doing hard things. So figure out what that ideal time for you is, make sure that it's not too early or too late, and stick with it. Be consistent. The only way for you to establish a morning routine is to actually be in a routine. So if you do it for like 2 days and then stop, it's not really a routine. The next thing you want to do after waking up is to move your body. Some people like to go to the gym, some people like to go for a walk, some people like to do yoga. It's up to you. Just find some form of exercise that you don't absolutely hate and that you actually enjoy doing, and do it within 30 minutes of waking up. Moving your body is not just good for your physical health, but for your mental as well. Exercising just helps prepare your body and mind for the rest of the day ahead, and it also helps to de-stress you, especially for those of you who wake up feeling anxious. For me, I like working out in the mornings because it actually helps me feel more awake. I'll literally just throw on any random playlist at the gym and it just helps me feel more excited and ready for my day. And honestly, that's another thing too. Having good music or a good podcast or throwing on your favorite workout clothes can really just help motivate you to actually do that form of exercise. And for me, even if I really don't feel like going, after I do work out, I always feel so much better. Like I never regret a workout. So I think just having that in mind and knowing that I'll feel so much better is honestly what gets me out the door and to the gym every morning. But you don't have to be like me and go to like a physical gym. You also don't need to like work super hard and exhaust yourself and deplete all your energy. Moving your body can literally be as simple as stretching. But exercising in some way and finding a workout that you enjoy will help you be more consistent and train your mind to be more productive. So after you've done your little workout, the next step in creating your morning routine is to carve out some time for self-care. And if your first thought is, I don't have time for self-care, like I'm already so busy in the mornings, think again. If you have time to stand in line for coffee, scroll on TikTok, then you definitely have time for some self-care. But just like working out in the mornings, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. I'm not asking you to go get a facial at 7 a.m. in the morning. It can be things like doing a face mask, tweezing your eyebrows, doing your hair, just something that helps you feel better about yourself. So for me, I like doing my skincare routine. It helps me feel more relaxed. I feel like I'm getting pampered, even though I'm the one who's applying. The thing you're gonna do after you have a little me time is to feed your soul. I like to think of the soul as the true you on the inside, not who your boss wants you to be, not who your teachers want you to be, not even who your parents want you to be. Your soul is the most genuine, most pure part of who you are. So one way that I like to do this is by doing affirmations. I talk about affirmations a lot. You probably know what they are, but just in case you don't, they're essentially positive phrases or mantras that you say to yourself or that you can listen to that help you achieve your goals. I put my affirmations on a slideshow with pictures so that in the morning I can just go through them and look at the pictures while I'm saying the affirmations. Or if you don't want to sit down and read your affirmations, you can also record them on your phone. I recorded mine, so I'm gonna play them for you. I am overjoyed when I film videos. All right, I think that's enough. One was enough. Another way I like to feed my soul is through journaling. Maybe I'm an old soul, but I think writing is an outdated practice and not enough people do it anymore. But getting your thoughts and feelings out on paper is so therapeutic and calming, and it's honestly just a great way to start your day. Again, especially if you wake up with a lot of anxiety or worries or stress, it really helps to just brain dump all of it into a journal. And it might help you get closer to the reasons why you're feeling that way. Or you can just write some things down that you're grateful for, which is another good way to start your day. Doing this can shift your focus on the things that you do have rather than the things that you don't, which can often be an origin for our anxiety and stress. So whatever way you like to feed your soul, do it every morning and you will be shocked at how much your life transforms and the person that you evolve into. You will vibrate at a much higher frequency and everyone around you will start to notice that you are not the same person as you once was. After you fed your soul, because of how much I say this in my videos, but I always tell you guys to learn, never stop learning. Just like self-care, learning is one of the best ways that you can invest in yourself. And we all know that the best time to take in new information is when your brain is fresh and free of distractions, which is in the morning. There are a lot of ways to feed your mind, like books, podcasts, courses, whatever floats your boat, man. But whatever you choose, make sure that you're doing it for at least 30 minutes so that your brain can absorb something substantial. Now, in terms of what you should actually be learning about, it's very, very simple. You should be learning about the things you enjoy and that will further your growth as a person, whether that be in career, relationships, or self-development. The golden rule is that you should be striving to become 1% better every day. And that all starts with feeding your mind the information that will advance your knowledge, skills, or character. So to complete the trifecta, we fed our soul, we fed our mind, body. Now, I'm very much aware that a lot of people like to skip breakfast because they just say they're not hungry in the morning. Honestly, I can't relate because I get hangry. If I don't eat first thing in the morning, I literally cannot focus on anything else and I'm only thinking about food. And by the time lunch comes around, I'm so hungry that I end up making unhealthy choices and grabbing like sugary or greasy food, and it doesn't make me feel good. So that's why for me, I choose to eat breakfast just to help me stay full so that I can just focus on other things. But this doesn't mean you should just eat like whatever in the morning. The first thing you put into your body every day should always be nutritious and satisfying. And that will set the tone for the rest of the day. Especially if you're trying to eat healthy or make better choices, you want to be consistent with every single meal. So make sure that your breakfast contains proteins, fats, and carbs that will fuel your body and give you energy for the rest of the day. Let me know if you guys want me to make a video on healthy breakfast ideas, because as you can see, breakfast is low-key my favorite meal of the day, and I honestly look forward to it every single night. So that is my step-by-step guide on how to stop hating your mornings and actually create an effective routine that's gonna work for you. Now, don't expect your life to just magically transform overnight after doing this once, but with enough consistency and time, you will be shocked at the person you become in a year from now after doing this every single day. If you guys want more big sis tips and life advice from me, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!